Let's take a look at a very welcome new feature of documentation in Revit. 2014 extends our capabilities significantly by allowing us to create non-rectangular callouts. The process is really easy and straightforward. Let me demonstrate this new feature. Here we have a large floor plate that we want to break up into multiple sheets. But I actually want to include not only these rooms, but a couple of these rooms up there on the north part of the building. Now, with the previous versions of Revit, I would have been limited because I would have had to create a rectangular callout. But in 2014, we could go over to the View tab of the ribbon. Instead of simply going to the callout button, we'll go to the drop down. Here we see a sketch option, and as you would expect, pushing that is going to take us directly into sketch mode, after which it's really easy to simply go around the perimeter of the building and draw whatever shape we need to for the appropriate callout. So now I'm able to just jog right up the little corridor, come over until we line up with it, close it off, click to finish, and now we end up with a callout with a lot of additional shape handles on it to make it really easy to control those little jogs. If I right click and go to the view, we see that the corresponding view has those same jogs in it, just as we would expect. And one other thing I want to point out is if you select the boundary, you'll see that we still have another boundary for the annotation. Now that is always going to be rectangular, even though we have the jog for the callout, but that's going to work really well for your documentation. So a very simple feature to implement, but something that I know you'll get a lot of mileage out of. Very welcome feature to documentation in Revit 2014.